Did you know that Light Yagami is portrayed in a crucified-like position on the 12th and final manga cover? This position is mimicked by Light during the second ending sequence in the anime, and again when he is portrayed as a secret Nendoroid figure for the Death Note case file merchandise line. This position connects to Light's desire to be a messiah figure of the human race, a savior, which is similar to the Christian messiah, Jesus Christ.
30前後とみられる男性が血まみれで死亡しているところが見つかり、神奈川県警は殺人事件とみて捜査。次の話です。本日正午過ぎ。
Did you know that when Light sees the Death Note falling in the first episode, it lands with the front cover facing down, but when Light goes to pick up the Death Note, the front cover is facing up. The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die. Oba said that L is the smartest character in the manga because the plot requires it. Oba also said that he personally views L as slightly evil. For instance, in chapter 109, Nier discloses the fact that L claimed to pursue cases out of personal interest with no great sense of justice. When asked about L's nationality, Oba responded saying, "I think of him as quarter Japanese, quarter English, a quarter Russian, and maybe a quarter French or Italian." Something like that. Tom S. Pabarium of IGN described L's voice in the English anime version as low monotone, while inspired by the original Japanese actor, sounds like a man deep in thought, a master detective on the hunt. Oba said that his favorite human character in this series was L, as Oba believed that L was the strongest character in the series besides Light. Obata, who is the artist, chose L as his favorite due to appearance, personality, everything. As I've said, there's a 5% chance. Obata said that he could never have created L, and that he enjoyed drawing L. Obata added that because of this, L is not real to him, and therefore he likes that aspect of L in response to the question, who was the most fun to draw? But that idea is ridiculous. There's no way that God would need a face and name in order to kill. It doesn't matter how long we watch him. He's not gonna expose himself to us. So what should I do? Did you know that according to Death Note Another Note, the Los Angeles BB murder cases, Beyond Birthday was born with Shinigami eyes, which allowed him to see and know when exactly people around him would die, as well as knowing their full names. He uses this ability to pick victims and kill them when they would have been destined to die. However, it is unknown how he could have possibly been born with these eyes. Oh, and by the way, Mello is the narrator of the Los Angeles BB murder cases, and he wonders if a Shinigami might have dropped its balls. Ha! Balls? Dropped its balls? I mean, might have dropped its eyeballs to Earth instead of a Death Note.
大黒ふ頭イエローボックスという倉庫。どうだ、ヤガミライト。これならお前のやろうとしていることも可能だろう。ニア。ヤガミライト。お前の言葉読めている。必ずこっちが勝つ。
Tsugumi Oba said that Nier becomes less likable as the story advances, citing Nier's plan to take the notebook at a later point in the story. Oba said that a negative reaction originated from the difference in their attitudes, and that people may have viewed Nier as a cheat. Oba added that Nier's cheeky behavior, intended to reinforce his childishness, had been construed as annoying. In the final chapter, Nier brings his finger puppets to the Yellow Box warehouse. Takashi Obata said that Nier first bought the Kira finger puppet and drew on it with a magic marker. Obata then said that Nier must have created the other puppets afterwards. Obata views Nier as not liking L very much, so Obata had Nier depict L as ugly, and that Nier worked hard on Mello's puppet as Nier liked Mello. Obata said that he enjoyed drawing Nier and that Nier is also one of his favorite and least favorite characters, considering him to be the smartest character in the manga because he cheats. When asked about which character was most similar to himself, now this is Oba, the author. Oba indicated Nier and maybe Light, Regarding Nier, Oba said that he does not leave his house often. Did you know that in Goddam, Alabama, two 12-year-old 6th grade boys were arrested for possession of replica Death Notes like in this series with the same names? It listed names of several staff members and fellow students. Did you know? The Death Note Eraser is a special tool that can erase the names in the Death Note and revive the people that had previously been killed with the note. However, this Death Eraser only appeared in the pilot manga. Of all the investigators on the task force, Deputy Director Yagami would be the highest ranked, right?
Yes.
Did you know that the only food Mello has ever been seen eating is chocolate? Mello's birthday, December 13th, is on the National Cocoa Day in the United States. The concept of being only the second most intelligent person in Wemi's house, behind Nier, fuels the inferiority complex that defines Mello's character.
で、エルはニアと僕のどっちよ？
どうだろう。二人で力を合わせ。
そうだね。
無理だよ、ロジャー。僕とニアが仲良くないのは分かってるだろう。いつも競ってきたんだ。いつも。
Mello verges on being immortal in his obsession with being the one to take down Kira and is willing to do whatever it takes. In the manga, after Mello has successfully stolen a Death Note, he even goes so far as to attempt to blackmail the President of the United States via telephone into giving him funds and resources to aid his hunt for Kira, threatening that if his demands are not met, he will use the Death Note to force the President to launch nuclear missiles and start a World War III. Arguably, Mello isn't even trying to defeat Kira out of a sense of justice, but because capturing Kira will prove to the world that Mello is indeed the worthy successor to L as the world's greatest detective and not simply a runner-up to Nier. Or as Mello describes his goal in his own words, there are two notebooks out there. One of them is in Kira's possession, the other is with the NPA. We're gonna take both of them. It's not just the notebook I'm after. I want to eliminate my competition and become number one! I don't care what it takes. I'll beat Nier by any means necessary. The artist of Death Note, Takeshi Obata, points out in the book Death Note, How to Read 13, that Mello's envy and hatred toward Nier was only one-sided, and that Nier honestly liked Mello, although the book states that Mello isn't purely evil, citing his apology and genuine care for Matt's well-being, as well as earlier in the series when he apologizes to Soichiro Yagami. It also states that Mello has an excellent mind, and that he sometimes let his emotions get in his way. Tsugumi Oba stated that Mello works hard for everything. At a certain point during the climax near the end of Death Note, Littner calls Mello and tells him about Nier's plan, having Mikami write everyone's name down in the fake notebook, and Mello replies the following: "I'm the only one who can do it." This can be seen as the real push that drove Mello to kidnap Takara. After learning that Light is Kira and Nier was going to attempt to apprehend him, Mello kidnaps Kiyomi Takara, but is soon killed by Takara's hidden pages of the Death Note.
裸にまでされても抵抗せず、八神君の言う通り、自分が生き延びることを第一にやったわ。
This action causes Mikami to make the biggest mistake of his life by exposing his own Death Note by killing Takara, an action that Nier picks up on and is eventually able to use that to thwart Light's plans.
メロのおかげです。これをよく見てください。
ノートに高田の名前が。僕が高田を殺した。
Nier reflects on this during the final showdown and credits Mello as the single most pivotal person in discovering Light's plans.
神は見張らぬ動けぬと。高田がああいう状態になれば、それは私の役目。バカが！今日まで余計なことはするんだと指示しておいただろうが。
Hal Littner further believes that it was Mello's plan all along, that he would be killed to expose Light's plan, but Nier rejects this theory. L's spirit is seen in the final anime episode as Light is passing away. It is confirmed by Oba that there is no heaven or hell in the Death Note universe, and humans just go to mu, which is nothingness when they die, meaning the image of L that was seen was more likely just Light hallucinating. However, continuity differences in the anime suggest that there could be a different outcome after death to what happens in the manga, as we see the mysterious Shinigami in the first movie.